Then call Physicians Weight Loss Center of Myrtle Beach for a free initial consultation. 843-293-9333. Physicians Weight Loss Center of Myrtle Beach. Proud sponsor of Myrtle Beach FC. Welcome to MySoccerShow.com. Brought to you by MySoccerUSA.com. The most beautiful game. Now you run the show. Sign up today. And now, live from our studios on the Grand Strand, your host, Tristan Patterson.
I am your host, Tristan Patterson. And you're in for another special treat with MySoccerShow.com. Today we have on Loren Fogelman. Okay, I got that right. Loren, thank you so much for being on with us.
I'm really happy to be here, Tristan. Thank you.
Yeah, so, Loren, you have a website. It's expertsportsperformance.com, and that's one of the things we're going to be talking about today. And we've got you on because we're going to be talking about, Myrtle Beach FC, which is a new pro soccer team coming to the Grand Strand. It has their open tryouts coming up in late January. So the guys right now, they're focused. They're trying to get the best performance of their life, really, January 28th. So you are a perfect fit to make sure that the fellas listening who are going to show up on the 28th they get the maximum out of their talent, because as you say in on your website and on your Facebook page, you have a download too, I believe it's called How to Avoid the 7 Biggest Mistakes Athletes Unknowingly Make, even the best athletes, right?
Exactly.
And tell us a little bit about the mistakes, and tell us a little bit about how to get the best performance for these fellas.
Well, part of what's going on for the majority of the athletes that are getting ready to try out for the team is they're putting the majority of their emphasis on their physical abilities, their techniques, which is totally important. However, one of the things that separates the winning athletes who are going to actually make it on the team, let alone be the all-stars, are having the confidence, focus, and the ability to effectively deal with distractions. So it all comes down to having the mindset to be able to move forward and have their performance stay on an even keel when they're going through their tryouts, because their tryouts is a stressful period. And so one of the things that happens is when you're in those stressful, anxiety-producing situations for some people, you might have great abilities when practicing, but for a lot of them, the performance can suffer. So really having that mindset while you're training and building up to it will help put you in the best position possible.
And you know a little bit about this subject. So tell us a little bit about how you got involved in this and kind of your knowledge of this. And from one of the cool things I read is at the age of 44, you got into your first, team sport activity?
Exactly. So it's partly having been a therapist since 1985 and worked with many, many people that were high-level professionals but knew that they had more to give and that somehow they were getting in their own way. That's one piece that brought me to what I'm doing today, but an even more important piece for me that was my own experience that at 44 years old, I joined a competitive rowing team. I did crew, and it was the first time I was ever on a team sport and the first time I ever been in any type of competitive situation. And I found that my own stuff was coming up, especially in the beginning when I first started racing, and it was a whole new world to me. And I had to figure out how to get past my own blocks in order to be an effective team member, because I also learned that I was competitive. I didn't even realize it, Tristan, until I started competing, and that was new to me. So how can I harness that energy but also not have too much anxiety, just the right amount to really be effective when in a regatta and racing?
Absolutely, and so your background in the what was it called, the therapy since the 80s, kind of led you to this point of starting the expertsportsperformance.com and trying to help other athletes, right? And you've worked with athletes of all kinds of sports.
I work with athletes of all kinds of sports, but mainly it's the athletes that know that they have more to give and not quite reaching their full potential, and looking at the fact that they initially go to training harder, strength conditioning, building endurance, and doing all those body things to be able to tough it out and overcome it. However, I really want to let them know that there's an easier way, and it's really looking at what is it about their focus, their thoughts that might be getting in the way, and how to easily shift those. And as a result of that, you're able to get into the zone a lot more easily, and it flows.
And and you have a Facebook page too that people can access by, and it's a really nice Facebook page. People can access by going to Facebook and obviously punching in your name, Loren Fogelman, and then you can go to the website too, which is mysoccershow.com, and we'll have a link up there when the show airs. But one of the cool posts you have on there for inner game for winning athletes is people would rather look for external solutions instead of probing within, even though the answers are almost always within us. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, what I feel is it's so much easier to look outside of us for what might be the quick fix. And our culture is really set up that way. When we go to the doctor, they give us a prescription. When we have a problem with our computer, you just get a new one. And therefore, we're just in this disposable, quick solution society, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. On the other hand, what I found with people is that a lot of times if there's a problem on the outside, then there's always a problem on the inside. And what is that internal structure, internal struggle or chatter that might be going on when you're performing and causing you to be distracted? Maybe there's a thought that you have right before the competition that gives a little bit of doubt or causes anxiety. And by looking at those things, which involves a little bit of risk and vulnerability, you might be able to really have a performance breakthrough if you knew where it was really coming from, than looking for these outside solutions where you might get something, but it might not stick for the long run.
And do you see a lot of pushback sometimes, especially maybe from the male athletes, because this is, like you said, it's a little bit vulnerable, and and not only that portion, but also a lot of fellas are in peak top physical shape, and maybe they just think, I think positive because I'm already good. But do you get a little bit of pushback from that when you're talking to someone maybe and in the starting blocks of it?
Well, Tristan, I don't work with just anybody. And I work with someone who I know is fully committed. And when someone is fully committed to high performance and being the best that they could possibly be, having that desire for excellence, they're going to do whatever is necessary that's going to give them results. And that's the bottom line. If I feel that someone's not fully committed and they're just going to maybe talk with me because they want to prove one more thing isn't working for them or failure and blame something outside of them, I'm not interested in really connecting with that type of person. So I cherry pick my clients, and it is that person who is dedicated to doing whatever is necessary and wants to be able to be the best that they can possibly be at what they're doing.
Absolutely. And tell us a little bit about your website. From what I see on here, people can go on and for free have access to how to avoid the 7 biggest mistakes athletes unwillingly know. Would this be beneficial to the guys trying out on the 28th?
I definitely think that it will, because it's going to show them what might be going on, even as far as their goal setting, that might actually, in a subconscious way, be setting them up for not making it onto the team. So you want to have all the information possible to give you an edge over the competition. Just like when you're playing against another team, you want to know about the other players on that team and their weaknesses and their strengths so you can strategically have the best game plan possible going into a game. Well, make sure that you have the best possible mindset and know the different strategies that's going to put you in that position. So my website is expertsportsperformance.com. If you go to the upper right-hand corner, put your name and email, and there you'll get a free starter kit called How to Avoid the Top 7 Mistakes Even the Best Athletes Make. And go to my blog. I have loads of free information and video on there that will help to really position you for having confidence, focus, and the ability to not be distracted during those really stressful moments.
Absolutely, and some of the, so like I said before, some of these guys are in top physical shape. Is this like the final piece? Have you noticed this? Is this the final piece of the puzzle for some athletes? This mental portion of the game?
Some athletes actually naturally go there and have what it takes to really be focused, to be able to get out of their own way, and that is something that I really applaud them to do. On the other hand, this is about, if you want to be the best and you want to keep on getting better, you have to grow into it. And the top elite athletes who I've been studying for years all understand that they show up in a different way, and even the setbacks and the disappointments can be learning opportunities. Therefore, they approach everything from a different way than the average player does, who just wants to be good enough to make it onto the team.
Absolutely. And this, Loren Fogelman from ExpertSportsPerformance.com. She is the sports performance consultant, and she has a great Facebook page. Check it out. Like the page. Loren Fogelman, Inner Game for Winning Athletes. Loren, thank you so much for being on. We'll put your website address on the Facebook page and on MySoccerShow.com. Loren, thank you so much for being on, and we will definitely talk to some of the guys about checking out your stuff so they can put the best show on and join the team this summer and win a championship.
And Tristan, thank you for the opportunity. And if any of them want to email me with any questions or anything like that, they can contact me at info@expertsportsperformance.com, and I will do the best I can to post those answers on my Facebook page.
Awesome. Loren, thank you so much. Next up, we have one of the tryout attendees. He's already shown a little bit to Coach Thunder, and we're going to talk to him a little bit about how he's preparing for January 28th. Stick with us on MySoccerShow.com.
Hey folks, Tristan Patterson here from MySoccerShow.com. I hope you're enjoying the show. I just wanted to take a second to tell you about my friend Tony Anderson's brand new book he's got. You can find his book at footballsoccerfocus.com/soccer tips. The name of the book is Soccer and Football Coaching Tips, the ultimate guide for anyone who plays, watches, and loves the beautiful game. You can actually go to our website at MySoccerShow.com, click on the sponsors page, and click for Tony's new book. Brand new book, you got to check it out so that you too can be screaming.
You're listening to MySoccerShow.com with your host, Tristan Patterson. All soccer, all the time.
You're listening to MySoccerShow.com with your host, Tristan Patterson. That's me, and on the other side, we have Dustin Pensak. Before him, though, we had the awesome Loren Fogelman, who you can check out her website on MySoccerShow.com. Loren was talking about the mental focus of tryouts, Dustin. And, Dustin, you have a big tryout coming up on the 28th, man. Are you excited?
I am very excited for this.
Cool. So, Dustin, tell us a little bit about, man, you're not from the Myrtle Beach area like many of the residents, many of the people here. You are from, where are you from, buddy?
I am from Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis. And you know what's cool is we have a couple teams out that way who the Myrtle Beach FC is going to play. They're going to travel to Chattanooga, and Knoxville's going to come. So are you going to be even more pumped to be able to beat those same state teams playing for Myrtle Beach?
I would love that because I have friends that go to school in both of those two cities, and it would be great to see them or let them come watch me play. And you
could post it on your Facebook page that you beat their teams, right?
I would love to do that.
well, Dustin, tell us a little bit about your background in soccer, man. What was your last thing? You told me a little bit off the air that you played for a club team in Tennessee.
Yeah, I've been playing club soccer since about third grade, and before that I played rec soccer since I was 3. But in high school I played for a team called the Tennessee Rush, and my coach was Bobby Fox. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he grew up playing soccer in Germany, and then he came over here and started that club organization in Memphis.
Absolutely, man. And what position did you play?
For my club team, I played right back, but in high school it wasn't really that competitive there, so I played forward.
So you're right. So you were a defense or a striker. So what now? Now you're trying out for Myrtle Beach FC. Are you going to be going back to right back or to the back, or you want to play up front still?
Well, I talked to Coach, gave me some good advice after he saw me come play on the third, and he said that I looked pretty good in center mid, so guess it's neither of those.
You got to listen to the coach, right?
Yeah, wherever he wants to put me, I'll play.
Awesome. And, well, Dustin, tell us a little bit about you had a pretty good game out there, right, when you were for the Grand Strand Soccer. Coach Thunder came out there and checked out some of the guys, and you were one of the ones that was impressive.
Yeah, I had a goal from outside the 18, and then I had an assist for our first goal. And
the goal was pretty nice.
I thought it was, but that's just my opinion.
Well, it's good. You got to have a little bit of confidence, Dustin, man. So you had
I've never lacked confidence.
Perfect. So you're down here. You're from Tennessee. You're down here on the Grand Strand now. Is this kind of home for you, or are you going to return to Tennessee one day?
This is my third year living here, and I don't plan on going back to Memphis. The weather's too nice here. I mean, it's 75 degrees in the middle of December today. Won't beat that.
Dustin, are you given? Obviously, you're still playing for Grand Strand Soccer and the team out there with your some other guys who are trying out. But is there any other training that you're going into to try to get ready for January 28th?
Well, I run about 5 miles every day, and then other than that, me and some of my guys on the team, we go and practice about 3 to 4 times a week up in North Myrtle Beach.
Okay. So 5 miles a day, man. That is perfect, because Coach Thunder, when he was out there, he stressed physical fitness, I think, to almost everybody out there, right?
Oh, he said it over and over again.
I don't think he could stress that enough, because he doesn't want to see guys tired, the hands on the knees, come an hour into the tryout. So, because I think that might be the end. So, Coach Thunder knows a thing or two, I think, about physical fitness from his days in Charleston and MLS. So. That's good. So, Dustin, man, what's the plan? So you're coming down January 28th. You're gonna try out, and are you planning to make the team?
I'm planning to make the team. I've been working at this for 18 years now. It's got to pay off.
Absolutely, man. So it's an exciting time. You get to go. If you do make the team, you get to go to Chattanooga and maybe play in front of some hometown fans and beat the state team, one of the highest attended teams in the NPSL, which is Chattanooga FC. Should be exciting times. Dustin, we look forward to seeing you out there on the 28th, man. You want to leave us with some last words?
I don't really know. I'm just looking forward to the tryout. Looking forward to seeing you again. I had a nice conversation last time.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What team do you play on out there at GSS?
The blue team. It's a really creative name.
you guys got a real creative name and a fun team. And did you win last time we were out there?
No, we tied 3-3, I think, with the Rangers.
Tied 3-3 with Rangers, and you got a big game coming up. You got 2 games coming up, right?
We have a game. We have a game this week, and then we're off for about 3 weeks for Christmas break.
Awesome. So you got to keep training in between there, doing your 5 miles, and you'll be good to go for January 28th. Dustin Pensak, thank you so much for being on, and we look forward to having you out there on the 28th.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we're going to close it out with one more interview with one more tryout attendee, which is our another fellow named Harry Cave. That was Dustin Pensak from GSS, who will be trying out on the 28th with Myrtle Beach FC. It's an exciting time. It's exciting to hear from these guys who are giving it their all and doing whatever they can to make this team. It's exciting for them. It's exciting for Myrtle Beach FC. Exciting for MySoccerShow.com. We'll be right back.
You're listening to MySoccerShow.com with your host, Tristan Patterson. All soccer, all the time.
I am your host, Tristan Patterson, and this is MySoccerShow.com. We go from one member of the blue team to the other one, Harry Cave. Harry, thank you so much for being on, buddy.
How you doing?
Doing good. Hey, so Harry, we just had Dustin on, and you are another one from the same team in GSS. We love the GSS league, man. Grand Strand Soccer. Sarah, she's just awesome, and she sent us some good prospects, and you're one of them, man. So you are ready to try out. Harry, tell us a little bit about where you played before in high school and how you're getting to this point.
All right. I mean, I've pretty much been playing. I've been playing soccer. My dad. I've been playing since I was about 4 years old. My dad's pretty much been there on the forefront of everything from the very beginning. He's been my coach from time I started walking, basically. But I played in Brunswick County, North Carolina, Charlotte, a little town. You know, not really big on soccer at the time when I came through. They're really just now starting to build a pretty strong program. But I came through there, played varsity soccer there. We didn't really have a JV. I also played club ball in Maryland, up in Harvard County in Fallston. But,
awesome, man.
Yeah,
so you're kind of play in West Brunswick, play up in Maryland, and now you're down here in Myrtle Beach playing.
Yeah, I'm actually originally from here. I mean, from right here in Brunswick County, which is 45 minutes north of Myrtle. So, but yeah, I hooked up with a couple guys that were playing in the GSS last winter, and I've been playing with them ever since.
Absolutely, man. And, you know, Harry, you played for West Brunswick, and you were ready to go off and go to college, man. What happened your junior year, buddy?
My junior year, we were actually playing a conference game against Hoggard High School from Wilmington. They were a pretty good squad, too. I believe they were top 10 in the state at the time. And we were West Brunswick was on the verge of our first 3A playoffs. And I snapped my leg in the second half of that game. Had a fracture to my tibia and my fibia, about an inch and a half below my knee.
Is that a test to how hard you're playing out there?
Oh yeah, always. I go 110% all the time, man. One thing my dad taught me, he said anytime you let up, that's usually when you get hurt. So.
Yeah, well, and Harry, so you snap your leg your junior year, and you go off. Obviously, you're in college now, and you're playing for GSS. How long did it take for that to heal?
As far as to heal physically, I mean, I was in a full leg cast for a few months. And then I was in a brace that, you know, they only, because it was so close to the knee, they would only let me bend it a little at a time. So, I mean, it was a process of probably about 8 months, you know, actually getting back and, you know, getting everything off my leg and off of the brace and everything. But mentally, it was a lot longer injury. It was probably a year and a half, 2 years before I really got out there and started playing that way again. So.
Absolutely. And Harry, you know, what position did you play?
Usually in high school, I came up high school and club ball. Up until I broke my leg, I was a striker or, you know, a winger. And then after I broke my leg, I kind of dropped back a little bit, and I played more of a center mid my senior year. Center mid and a stopper position is really what I've kind of turned into later in my career. The older I get, so. And
you know, from the Coach Thunders, from the tryouts out there, and when we watched the GSS play, when you guys played the Rangers, you know, you were probably one of the more vocal guys, and we watched probably probably over 70-something guys out there over the course of the day, and you know, you stood out for I guess kind of your leadership ability, man. You were absolutely one of the more vocal guys, but not in a bad way, you know, not in a real negative way, but in a positive getting your team together way, right?
Oh yeah, it's something I've always, you know, playing for my dad. I mean, that's one thing I've always been a captain of my squad, whether I was playing for my dad or even in, you know, high school ball and stuff like that. It's something my dad always coached is, you know, keeping the guys together on the field. One of the biggest things is, you know, keeping guys in the game, not letting your head get out of you know, what we need to be doing, and, you know, just keeping everybody focused. You know, you can keep everybody in the game. You know, good things happen.
And you know,
keep plugging away.
Being a coach's son, you're almost similar to the coach on the field there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've actually done a little bit of coaching. I mean, I really enjoy it. I'm just I'm not ready to give up playing. maybe one day, you know, I'll be on the sideline, but I love being on the field, man. It's there's no better place.
After a long pro career, then you can move into coaching like Coach Thunder, right?
Exactly. In a perfect world, that'd be great.
There you go. So, you know, what are you doing kind of to get ready for these tryouts out there? You know, I talked to Dustin, and he's talked about running. He's running every day, and you know, one of the big things that Coach Thunder stressed to the guys out there in GSS is physical fitness. Get ready, because it's going to be he's going to be running you guys ragged come the 28th.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's another thing my dad was always big on was the you know, making sure you're fit for it, and that's a thing I've been doing a lot is not necessarily just getting out there and going on long runs because, you know, soccer's more of your stop and go kind of thing. I've been getting out there doing, you know, of course doing drills with the ball, but doing a lot of suicides, a lot of stop and goes, you know, sprint, run, jog, that kind of thing. Just, you know, getting used to changing pace and going for a good amount of time. We're playing pickup games, me, Dustin, and myself, and another one of the GSS tryout guys, Mario. we all play together on Mondays and Wednesdays in Myrtle Beach, and then I usually do something on my own 2 or 3 other days a week. Aside from our GSS games, so I'm pretty much trying to touch a ball at least every day, and just working on the fitness so that when Coach Thunder runs us to death, we don't pass out.
That's perfect. So you're going to be ready on the 28th, is what you're saying, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, Harry, it's been a pleasure to have you on, man. We're going to have you on again. I look forward to seeing you out there on the 28th, you and Dustin and the rest of the guys. It's going to be an exciting time for soccer in Myrtle Beach, right?
Oh, absolutely. Can't wait to get it started.
All right, Harry, thank you so much for being on. That was Harry Cave, another GSS tryout attendee coming January 28th to get run ragged by Coach Thunder and the Myrtle Beach crew. You've been listening to My Soccer Show on MySoccerShow.com. I'm your host, Tristan Patterson. We'll be back next week with more excitement with Mamadou Diallo, the Myrtle Beach FC ambassador, the former pro from Norway and MLS is going to be on the show. It's going to be a lot of fun to talk to him about the plans for Myrtle Beach FC this summer and in his work down there in Africa. So a lot of big stuff coming up from Myrtle Beach FC. Join us next time and visit the website, MysoccerShow.com or MySoccerUSA.com.